Now I heard it all, and this one is new to me. It's no surprise they have to find other ways to build up fighters' profile without putting them in with an elite opponent to prove their worth. So Chris and his manager coming out giving false information. Chris is going to fight Canelo. He's going to boost his profile for better payday. What a surprise. Earning a big payday against a top fighter is nearly impossible if you're not at the level. Remember, boxers were once called prize fighters, so it makes sense that they're fighting for a prize, or what we now call a purse. But if you're not elite, you're left with crumbs. Simple as that. It's the elite fighter who draws the fans, not the challenger who isn't even close to the level. So the elite fighter takes the lion's share, and you get what you are given. Take it or leave it. Hi folks, welcome to the channel. Alright, here we go again. It looks like Canelo Alvarez won't be fighting Chris Eubank Jr. after all. Turns out, it may have just been a fake news or perhaps a strategy to boost Eubank's profile and ticket sales. Apparently, Eubank had a chance to fight Canelo a while back, but he priced himself out and made some comments that didn't sit well with Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's manager. The British fighter wasn't happy with the initial offer, saying, "For a guy who's making 35 to million a fight, don't offer me the numbers you were offering me. To a normal guy on the street, that's life-changing. It's not life-changing to me. And I know what's been made everywhere else. So don't give me those numbers," he said. What? It might change someone's life in the street, but not his. So a few million won't change his life? Talk about greed. Anyway, Reynoso responded, distancing Canelo from Eubank in an interview with veteran boxing reporter Dan Rafael. "It's totally false," he said. And then he said, regarding the reports, Eubank had his chance to fight Canelo in September, but the only thing he did was complicate negotiations. "We won't be reaching out to him again in a future fight. Whatever I tell you," he said, "is always true. I don't like making statements, but when I do, they're true." That's what the manager of Canelo said. So it seems that Eubank may have blown his shot at facing Canelo. That's what happens when you get greedy and outprice yourself. Honestly, if Eubank were on the same level as fighters like David Benavidez or Terence Crawford, maybe he'd have a case. But let's be real, he's nowhere near those guys. Heck, he couldn't even finish off an unknown Polish fighter like Kamil in style. And even if the fight had happened, does anyone genuinely believe Chris could have lasted more than 6 or 7 rounds? He likely will have just been a punching bag for Canelo, who would have toyed with him for a few rounds before chopping him to pieces like a master butcher. Eubank needs to fight contenders like Hamzat Shiraz, Merim Nursultanov, Shane Mosley Jr., or even the champ Carlos Adames to prove himself worthy of a big purse. I always say arrogance doesn't get you far, especially in the fight game. You need to be special. You need to have a special talent to back it up. And unfortunately, Chris doesn't have the unique skills his dad did. His dad was a true great. Chris, well, he's more of a wannabe. He should stick to fighting his own level of fighters and take the fight with Conor Ben. So much bullshit is talked on the social media and so many fake news. That's all, folks. See you next time.